In October of 2018, members of the Board of Directors of REVE Kandale Foundation traveled to the Democratic Republic of Congo to monitor projects already underway and to meet with members of the Kandale community in Kandale. The road to Kandale was long, about 18 hours over 2 days, with a stop for the night in Kikwit, the capital city of Bandundu region. Kandale is about 700 kilometers from Kinshasa. We loaded the vehicles at the home of Colette Ram's mother, who lives at the outer limits of Kinshasa. 4 vehicles carried the solar panels for the maternity ward and new education building, sewing machines for the vocational school, and donated soccer balls and computers. The 4 board members traveling from the U.S. were accompanied by Dr. Carl Klontz and David Whitford, who carried out the solar project, along with Colette's mother and friends of REVE Kandale living in Kinshasa. Exiting Kinshasa and driving to Kikwit, the road is paved and in good condition, but from Kikwit, the state of the road deteriorates pretty quickly and eventually becomes entirely an earthen road. Visits to Kandale by Colette, the co-founder of REVE Kandale, are always a special event. The fact that her husband Greg was making his first visit since their wedding in Kandale 30 years ago made it extra special. We were greeted warmly by the REVE Kandale hierarchy and by pretty much the entire Kandale community, including the local chiefs. Carl Klontz was in charge of the solar project. Carl donates his time away from his job at the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, and at his own expense carries out solar installations in developing countries. In Kandale, the work centered on the maternity ward at the hospital and the new education building REVE Kandale completed in 2018.
The provision of solar power at the maternity clinic will enhance the experience of both the women who are delivering babies as well as the staff and ability to care for these women. Just having light at night can make tremendous differences in the ability to take care of somebody who's in a vulnerable and key point in her life.
The hospital personnel, midwife Charlotte Lakessa and Dr. Jean-Marie Kapeme, were very appreciative of the solar panels, and we witnessed the first nighttime birth of a baby in Kandale under the lights. To put up the new education building, REVE Kandale workers made 17,000 bricks with the new brick-making machine that arrived a year earlier. They were able to complete the work in just a couple of months, and the head of education for the sector around Kandale cut the ribbon to inaugurate the building while we were there. We were then led on a tour of the building by Reverend Papa Kikongo Delbert, the REVE Kandale coordinator, and Louis Konda, the project manager. The delivery of 40 sewing machines is already paying dividends. We uncrated and assembled them, and some teachers from Lycée Ginagasanga, along with technicians from nearby Gungu, held a training session in the new education building during our visit. Word of the machines has spread quickly, and now more girls are coming to enroll at the lycée. We got help from friends at St. Leonard's Church in St. Albans, UK, to construct 4 simple toilets outside the education building. This is part of our effort to help education in Kandale, as the toilets will make for cleaner conditions and reduce the likelihood that children will fall sick. Meanwhile, with the donation of laptop computers by Pfizer Inc., we held training sessions with some of the local school personnel courtesy of our technical wizard from Kinshasa, Enoch Kishitu. One of the highlights of the trip was the community meeting of REVE Kandale. All dues-paying members attend the meeting, which took place over 3 days. Up for discussion were organizational issues, assessment of completed projects, lessons learned, and a determination of the priorities for 2019. As is custom, priorities were decided by a transparent and democratic vote of all members, where each member is given 3 stones to place in bowls representing the 3 finalist priority projects. In the end, construction of a new classroom block for primary school narrowly edged out a proposal to develop a new water source as the top priority. New housing for teachers was third. We will focus on all 3 in 2019. The board of REVE Kandale and the volunteer staff on the ground in Kandale, and all members of the Kandale community, thank the donors for their generous support in 2018. We wish you happy holidays and a prosperous new year.